More families are choosing Spain over Italy right now, and it's not because Spain is cheaper or trendier or easier to love. It's because one planning detail makes Spain feel a little easier for families. And most parents don't usually realize this until after the trip and you've gotten back home. I'm a mom of four, and once I saw this difference, how we planned Europe trips completely changed. And if you're deciding between Spain and Italy, this one thing matters more than you really think. It's not about the trends and the social media and the hype that goes into it. Families aren't avoiding Italy, they're just sort of adjusting their expectations. And I wish someone had told me this before we went to Italy and we went to Spain, what to expect. In Italy, you're going to run into lots of travel costs that are going to be higher. Your crowds are going to be heavier. Italy is a massive tourist destination for the entire world. And parents are prioritizing now more than ever trips that are feeling more like manageable and maybe not as impressive or social media perfect, okay? I think we're just all tired. We all have such busy, regular daily schedules that we just need to be more in the moment with our families. And when you're throwing in the fact that you're traveling with kids, these small little planning differences can create big emotional differences at the beginning, middle, and after your trip. And that is really where Spain and Italy can start to feel very different and worlds apart. Okay. The biggest difference, okay, top one, isn't the food, the history, or the beauty, because both of these countries, Spain and Italy, excel on all of those magnificently. The biggest difference is how flexible your days are allowed to be. Spain, on one hand, is a little bit more naturally built for slower pacing, where on the other hand, Italy kind of quietly demands precision and a little bit of a faster pace. Italy is slower, that's not what I'm saying, but there's so many things to do in must see places that it kind of ends up having a busier schedule naturally, and you need to kind of precision plan for that in advance. Okay, neither of these two options are bad, but one just is far more forgiving when you're traveling with families. Okay, and that forgiveness shows up in ways that us as parents don't normally expect. Quick pause. If European trip planning already feels sort of overwhelming, I've linked my free family packing list down below, and it's definitely in the description. It removes one more big decisions before you even leave, and it kind of makes longer trips feel a little lighter from day one. Okay, here's where the difference really shows up. In Spain, the rhythm of the day works more so with the natural rhythm and flow with families. You've got your longer dinners, you've got your late you've got your later dinners. You have your longer breaks and your more walkable evenings, okay? Where in Italy your timing might be a little tighter. Whereas in Italy, your timing is tighter. Reservations definitely matter more. I'm always going to suggest that you make your dinner reservations, okay? And missing a window can domino knock over into stress without screaming like this is what's going to happen, okay? It's a quiet domino effect that you don't know it until your last domino's fallen over, okay? And again, so that means that parents don't always notice this on paper, on their itinerary, but they feel it when the kids are tired and your plans are slipping away. And this is why families often feel more relaxed in Spain without knowing why. Like they can't put their fingers on it, but this is the silent reason, okay? Another overlooked difference is your transitions, okay? In Italy, your families are often moving more, okay? You have trains between cities. Usually, most people are going to multiple cities on their Italy trip, okay? You are packing and unpacking more often the more that you are traveling between cities. You're also adding on to expenses. You are navigating busy stations with kids. And that always adds on more. You got to make sure that you're at home early enough so that you can pack for the next day to move. You need to make sure you have transportation accounted for. You need to make sure that you have your checkout and your check-in time for the next. It just adds on. Where Spain makes staying put a little easier. It allows for beautiful, longer bases and fewer forced moves, which just makes your flow calmer and more relaxing, okay? And not as transition heavy into different cities or places. And this ties directly into how exhausted families feel halfway through your trip, especially with how you feel energy wise when you get back home and you have to roll right back in to your normal everyday routine. And here's something that parents rarely I hear talking about, okay? Italy requires more mental effort. Nobody really says this out loud and it's not really talked about, but I think it's very, very true. There's more mental effort to plan your meals, right? Because you need your reservations. There's more, and you don't want to sit in the tourist areas with just like not good, not authentic food and higher prices. You need more mental effort to navigate the crowds. The crowds are epic. They are huge there, and the cars will go like this close to your toes and your feet. So you need to watch your kiddos. They also are you're hitting narrow timing windows more often because of the amount of things to just do. And then the managing your expectations while you're there takes a lot of mental brain compartmentalizing and flow into it, where Spain doesn't eliminate this effort, okay? It still needs all these things, but it has the ability to spread it out just a little bit more gently and evenly, which allows for the flow and the vibe to be different. So when your effort is sort of being right, like spread out, families last longer, okay? We can do more things without feeling like we're exhausted or it's too much. It just is more enjoyable. And this is exactly why some families come home either energized and others come home feeling wrecked and depleted. This video is really not about which country is better. We love both. We've been to both. It's about which planning style matches your family and the season that y'all are in right now. So if you love structure and precision and iconic moments, I think Italy is your best choice and it's amazing. If you want flexibility and rhythm and breathing room, I'm going to say that Spain often wins 9 out of 10 times. This decision framework is exactly what I teach inside my stress-free family travel course. So parents can choose their destinations that actually fit their real life. Families are no longer chasing perfection anymore. They're chasing trips that feel calm and sustainable and worth repeating and wanting to do more of. And Spain gives families that little bit of margin, where Italy gives families more intensity. Neither's wrong, but one often surprises parents less versus one maybe surprises them a little more. So if you have been stuck between Spain versus Italy and like, where do I go? Which one's the right one? I want to go to both. Both are incredible. You're not wrong. But now you know what to look for when you're starting to plan and decide which country to go to. Grab the free family packing list below. And if you want help planning Europe without the burnout, my stress-free family travel course is linked to. It's definitely in the description. I'll try to remember to attach it in the link in the comments down below. And tell me in the comments, share with me which country are you leaning towards, okay? And what is making your decision hard and what was the deciding factor? Spain or Italy?